Deos show up. So there's a lot that's got to go right for them here.
There definitely is. So Reason Gaming starting on the T side. Smoke double flash on Astra. The rest with Kevlar over on VAC. Every single player having light Kevlar. We'll see what they bring to the table on the CT side there. We will be looking for headshots early on. Cape is with Deos over towards the top site. And they'll be playing aggressive in towards middle.
Yeah, they're going to hear these steps. Deos will call over to his teammates that there are at least a few players positioned at mid and that they've crossed over to A long. So VAC, aware of that possibility, will now be making sure they try and contain that. Deos has gone back to connector, though, trying to clear out that position of the map. And if Deos isn't careful, he could get pounced on here. Pulse round the corner, gets the first kill of the map.
Well, Cape is sitting in the bathrooms. He's going to find himself a headshot on towards Stanley. He'll keep going back and forth, eventually turning to the left. He'll land another headshot. This is good so far. Great haul from Cape is. He finally dealt with, but he has put a lot of damage on towards the Reason Gaming side. Immelshine finally ready to strike into the round up on towards the A-bomb site. They evade it and they stay back here, Reason.
Yeah, they've still got the nades of Astro, so they've got options available to them. With 50 seconds left on the clock, they decide to slow it down. Jenko's also got the USP, and he's landed the headshot at long range. Immelshine picked off on the A-bomb site, and that leaves VAC scrambling to get back into position, trying to defend A. But Lauti is going to be in trouble as he emerges through the smoke. The Reason were waiting for him, and this is looking great for Reason Gaming.
Oh yeah, this is a great recovery. They slow things down because they lost so many players early into the pistol, but they immediately go back, they retract and come back on towards the A site when ready. And will enter sprinting into the site, but it was so many angles to check, so many players to find, and Astra puts a bullet between the eyes. It's Reason with a pistol, and a good start here on Overpass.
Yeah, right from the get-go, we see a willingness to play it patiently on the Reason side. They don't get ahead of themselves. They're happy, I think, and comfortable making mid-round calls once they get into the 3v3, which is what you'd expect from a call that's been together for quite a while. That's something that once VAC head onto their T side, we're not sure whether they'll have that, but it's obviously Astro making most of the calls for this Reason Gaming squad, and that time he made the correct call to go onto the A site. Jenko, again, just taking that solo fight with the USP. As soon as he gets that kill, that makes a huge difference in the round. See if Deos can line up these flashbangs, though, into mid.
Flash up, it's going to be Fry moving forward, managing 2 kills off the back of it. A 3rd kill as well from Fry, make it 4. This is unbelievable. Cape is still Astra midi player. Yes, it may be against pistols, but it's an impressive ace from Fry. All 5 kills coming in towards middle, just cleaning them up with a Galil.
And Fry was kind of quiet in the previous game back on Friday.
I mean, he's always quiet. Never heard the guy speak.
Quieter on the server than I was expecting, though, is what I'll say. Normally, he lets his fragging do the talking, but he didn't have as great of a performance as we were maybe used to seeing from him. So good to see him get some kills early. That should help him feel comfortable. However, this is the full buy round for VAC, and we see an AUG bought by Lauti. That's another gun we're not seeing too much of, but I think the AUG's pretty decent. There's definitely some positions where it can be useful.
Yeah, I think the AUG is much better than the SG now, so you can probably be picked up a little bit more since there's not an overpowered gun taking a fight against it constantly. I actually started to see that today when I was doing a little bit of the DreamHack qualifiers. Seeing a little bit more AUG usage. Cape is sitting further back in middle. It's going to be a headshot picked up. Jenko able to reply, and now we're into a 4v4.
Deos is currently playing in the long bathrooms while Ents pushes on the B side of the map. So aggressive stance is taken across the map by VAC, and it works out for them. Ents giving his team the lead. And Reason Gaming are continuing to hold back, continuing to see if they can spot some more aggression from VAC. But now that VAC have got the lead, they're not looking as likely to play aggressively. Deos, though, is going to spot the shadow on this angle, so Fry baits out the shots and gathers the information.
Last drop towards short is going to be making his way through. Smoke deploys in towards the middle of the bomb site. Molotov. Oh no, that's perfect for the AUG. That's exactly what you want to see. The Molotov forces him forward, but it doesn't matter because Lauti gets the triple lineup. All 3 picked up. We were saying it was a good gun, Alex.
Yeah, I'm glad we've been proven right, because, oh damn, that's some good damage. I mean, obviously, that's like the perfect position to just have everyone line up like that, but it shows that the power of the scope sometimes, even though I think it was slightly nerfed when you're scoped in, wasn't it? But it's, I think, slightly better if unscoped, so it's not a massive change, I don't think, to the AUG. It's more like you were saying, some of the changes to the other guns that might affect it. This smoke, though, not going to be good for ENCE, trying to make a really risky play through Monster, which Pulse had read all day long.
Or Astro's going to be the front man. Just making his way through the smoke. Louty needs to be careful. He's not going to peek with the flash. Instead, dry peeks in towards Astro. And he will meet his maker because of that. Astro with a perfect pickup here for a reason. That's a follow-up on their initial kill. And now 3 to the 5. VAC not feeling so great about this round, I'm sure. It's not like they didn't have any utility either when they were going for that peek. Like, they had a flash buying on Louty that he could have thrown himself. Emil Shine has a flash as well.
Yeah, and it's also the other players trying to make plays here. It's not Emil Shine or Deos involved in the early action. I guess Louty, sorry, got that nice spray down in the previous round, so maybe just trying to keep the momentum going. But no discipline showed from VAC in this round. Deos, though, holding back, drops the bomb. That's some good information. He gets a second kill. Deos makes it a 3K, snipes the player in the back lines, and Reason are going to have a tougher time than they thought in this round.
That's the kind of showing you want out of Deos. 3 kills being picked up. Now the bomb site towards A has been taken. Reason looking for 3. They're going to be having to work for it hard, though. Emil Shine is in behind the smoke. In Bank, he's going to be moving through. He should have been dead, but he still wins the battle against Fry. That was on Jenko. Been singing his praises, but now he needs to deliver, and he's got one in towards Bank. The second player low on Optimus. Jenko's dropped to 9 HP, and he'll swing. Capers takes him away. The AUG collecting yet another round here for VAC, and that was looking really rough for them, but Dale stepping up with a triple.
This is what we were talking about. These players are capable of winning rounds or making plays that contribute to round wins all by themselves. So even when VAC are down in a 3v5, as long as Deos and Emil Shine are alive, they can absolutely just step up and make a play to get their team back in the round. Some of the other players we've seen it from as well. We just saw the spray earlier from Louty. And it's definitely relying on heroics in these rounds so far from VAC, but the heroics have carried them through, and now Reason are down to pistols, so hopefully VAC won't need any heroics or any huge spray downs to win this round. They should get this one much more comfortably.
Well, that nade comfortably taking a little bit of damage off Fry and Stanley. Well, Capers going to tap up in towards middle. It's going to be Jenko who takes Capers away. Deos, another multi-kill. 2 picked up, but the Deagles finding a little bit more action here. And Jenko's going to recover an 8K, and they're not stopping anytime soon, Alex. They're going quickly in towards the A-bomb site. They run through, but look at the peak. Emil Shine, instead of hiding, will take a fight. And it just won, but it is only the one.
2v2 again. Reason get themselves into a winnable position, this time only with the pistols at the start of the round, but they've got the rifles in their hands. Damage done as Fry almost goes down, and ENCE almost finds the shot through the smoke, but he's got the first kill, and Fry is sitting in that smoke, just hoping that no stray bullets connect. Fry's behind them. They're not going to expect this. This could be huge. Fry behind both players. Oh, misses the first man, but the spray is good. Fry makes up for it and just about holds his nerve.
My God, that could have been very, very awkward. You know, he misses that first shot. Comes back in with a huge play. Fry hiding in the smoke. He was so close to falling as well. Those bullets are going right past his head inside of the smoke. Really unlucky stuff, though, for VAC. And there we go. Pistols. Just Deagles making it work. And you have to swing it back to the beginning of that round as well. Jenko coming away with 2 kills. And very impressive.
Yeah, got to give some credit for the players that got them into that position in the first place. As you just said, Jenko needs some props for even putting Fry in a position to win the round, but slippery Fry getting behind them. Like you said, just the man that shows no emotions was never going to be flustered in that position, even though he missed his shot. Makes up for it with the spray. Also spotted the aggression over at B. It's VAC's turn to try and see what they can do with the low buy. Pistols on most of their players.
Is that how you would describe a Fry that you make, Alex? Slippery?
Sure, why not?
Greasy sausages and all that.
There you go. Okay.
I really, actually, I hit beans and I hit sausages and fries.
You hate? Do you hate beans and sausages in fries or and fries?
No. You know, like, do you know what a fry up is? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like, so I just hate sausages and beans. What? Like when they put them in there.
Why?
It's disgusting.
So I thought you were saying that you hated sausages, beans, and fries.
Oh,
and I was like, what?
no.
Everyone likes fries. How can you not like fries? Or chips, as we should call them here on the UK Prem.
Well, moving in towards the site, it's going to be Fry who gets the initial kill. And Shine gone. It's Pulse looking back in. Good kill as he moves forward. It's Jenko backing him up. Well, they also get a kill on the Deagle, but it is only the 2 remaining players here for the CT side. And not really the most winnable position for the Pistols, unfortunately. Stanley holds the door. It swings wide, and Capers bits the information out of him, but he won't manage a Deagle headshot. He has got a kick, but I'm just pointing that out for no reason because he's not going to be winning this. He's forced all the way back in towards top connector. Looking to take a fight with Jenko, and he's doing damage, but he's actually getting away. That's head armor and diffuse kit if he saves it over. And a Deagle, but you know.
It wouldn't be too shabby to save what he has. But VAC unable to do what Reason just did to them. They're unable to win with the weak buy. The rest of the players are probably going to have to fully save here. So Capers has got a bit of freedom, a bit of ability to just make something happen in this round. Try and go aggressive, try and get something done. We are going to see Reason pick up the AWP on Astro. It is still important that Reason do a decent job in this round at staying alive with as many players as possible, because Reason's money isn't too good, even though they've won the last few rounds. So they'd like to lose probably 1 player max out of this round, considering the buy they're up against. And they might be able to win this round without losing anyone, because right now they're looking to the B site, where there are no CTs. This is going to be a nice, pleasant round of Counter-Strike, Dinko.
Yeah, 4 players just taking the bomb site. 1 down in towards connector. 2 coming their way. Jenko. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Fry just holding the flank. Lauti drops to the bottom of the ladder and drops to his death, it seems, as Fry forces them forward with the Molotov, taking away Capers. Now 5v3, Reason Gaming don't really have a reason to try and lose all their weapons here, so they're just going to back away. No need to hunt. Fry's just going to chill inside the connector and try and eliminate everybody, but there's nothing of value really here on VAC, just default pistols. But the kills being collected is all that Reason care about, getting the money in the bank, getting the kills on the scoreboard. And well, the 5th round is attached to the scoreboard now, with Reason Gaming starting to get into the groove of things. If VAC lose this round, then we're starting to look at a pretty one-sided T side. So a lot rides on this for VAC, and they haven't got a whole lot of utility brought to the table.
Yeah, and this is more like what we were expecting from the Endpoint game earlier, right? We were expecting the T side to be really, really good for the team that is more established, that has more of the game plan nailed down on Overpass. And hello, 4-man boost. Not something we've seen too often, at least in the Prem. I'd love to see this work. Oh, there's a boost from the CTs as well. This is ridiculous.
This is nuts. Okay, this could work. This is boost versus boost, and well, unfortunately, they fall off that boost just as it was getting exciting, Alex. Little tease for us.
It also took Reason like 30 seconds to assemble this boost, and it's not even... Well, it's okay.
Done anything. That's
yeah.
Sometimes that happens, Alex. Lauti holding off. He's in towards water. He realizes no one's coming this way. But it is going to be a walk up in towards Monster. Ents is going to see that utility starts to rain through. Stanley's going to be the front man, attempting the entry frying, and he'll be successful in decapitating Ents. Throws his Molotov in towards short, and that prevents Lauti from being able to assist his teammates inside of the site. Finally, Deos springs into action, but it's only the 1 kill. Astro doing well on the double. And these Capers into a 1v4, and an important round for VAC doesn't go their way.
Good spray from Capers through the door. And as you were saying, this round is not going to be won by VAC. It's Reason who have got the job done. As soon as they get that kill onto the B site, that initial kill onto Ents, that's just so massive for them. It gives them a much safer approach to the B site because they get the kill so quickly as well. There's not really a chance for VAC to respond or to trade. They can't really do much on the defense there, and so Reason just get off to a good start in the round and they carry it through. Astro there taking off in that round with a couple of nice shots on the AWP, and with a 6-2 lead and a bunch of money in the bank, Reason are going to start to be feeling pretty comfortable at this point of the game.
Coming into this matchup, they're seen as the favourites, and certainly for good reason.
Hey.
But yeah, terrible jokes aside, Capers with the M4, just the Deagles in play with an aid in the hands of Deos. Another round. Oh, here they go. They attempt this boost. Hopefully they don't fall off this time, because it'll be good for a kill. Emil Shine spots the feet. He knows there's a player there. They might not be expecting this pulse. There we go. That's the headshot working. I like it.
Especially on this sort of round where you've got pistols on a bunch of players, it's nice to have something up your sleeve like that to get an early kill, because that can make a pretty big difference. Now Reason are aware that VAC have got control of the B side of the map. Look at the stack that VAC have got in place. There are 4 players waiting on this A site. Reason need to be very careful here.
Well, Ents does fall Capers as well. Stanley getting a double kill. Ents and Capers hitting the deck. It's going to be a 2v3. A man advantage in play for the CT side is Stanley. He will fall. Deos able to pick him up. Does leave Astro on his own. Trying to sprint in via the toilet. He'll make his way back onto the long side with the AWP. He might just catch the back of one. There it is. Deos picked off. First kill at the start of this 1v3. He needs every single one he can get here. VAC now have recovered 2 AKs. With 30 seconds left, Astro is going to be making a beeline for the B bomb site, sprinting as he goes through spawn. He hasn't really got too much time to check any of the corners here, so he has to fully commit to the site itself. Luckily, no one is there.
Yeah, Astro can just stroll onto the B site, get a free bomb plant. Where's he going to go after he plants the bomb? Oh, he has to fake it out. They don't hear that on the CT side, but with 7 seconds, VAC must be aware it's the B play. Does Astro feel comfortable repositioning, though? He is going to move back, so that could give him a better chance here, and he may just play for the early frag with the AWP in the 1v2.
Yeah, this is needed. He needs to turn it into a 1v1. But they're going to be playing together. They're making the right play. They're making the right call as they go together, trying to re-enter this B-bomb site. Well, there we go. He's playing with a cover well. Astro positioned himself back over towards Monster. This is well played for the in-game leader, but the defuse is coming in. It's a full stick. He's got this. Loudy is going to pull it off. Astro goes too far back, does not fall for it, and that is perfect. Defuse comes through. The cleanup is in. VAC will get around off the back of pistols.
Great positioning from Astro to even make that possible. The fact that he exposes himself from heaven because he realizes that the CTs are unlikely to come heaven that late in the round when they know they're against an AWP. That was a great read from Astro to get that first pick. But then similarly, I love that Louty just sticks the bomb there, realizing that Astro has an AWP, that he's going to have a tough time spamming into that smoke. He gets away with the round win because of it, doesn't even need to get the kill. And now we've got a full buy for both teams where, because of that last round being close, Reason have limited the economy of VAC. They've kept them on the back foot, but Deos has got the opening kill of the round, and that nade through connector. Stanley might want to make the most of this. He hears Capers, he knows the players close by, and the timing almost works for Stanley, but Capers keeps his cool. Except for the flashback.
Fluffs the flash, yes. Fry, 12-5, currently on the scoreboard. Present performance, nearly loses his head, but Deos not landing it. Not connecting the shot. Now Fry trying to get up close and personal. The Molotov actually prevents Deos from seeing his opponent. Oh, that's a double molly that absolutely destroys Deos. Burns him to a crisp inside of the site. Fry moving forward. He will drop Ents. And now it's a 3v3. Somehow recovered this. Reason are just moving forward. They've got an advantage and the ball planted. This is impressive from Reason.
Second smoke dropped at Dumpster as well. Should help them out. Flashbang being deployed. Fry dodges away from it. Emilshine hasn't even pushed. It's another smoke onto that position. Emilshine is not a happy man right now. He finally moves through, but Fry's ready for him. And Fry could have closed it out. Louty gets the kill. Not much time for Louty, though. He's got to tap this bomb, try and play for the frags, try and force these players into the open, but they know it's not being diffused, and the kill comes in anyway. Reason continuing to assert their dominance here.
Well, Reason Gaming, that's a good response. You know, there was a real chance there for VAC to build up some momentum after that round win gifted to them. But unfortunately, they can't turn it into consistent success when it comes to the gun rounds. They lose it again. And now VAC find themselves in a solid enough position. Reason. VAC not so much, the complete polar opposite. They've got themselves an M4 in the hands of Emilshine. He's going to be triple boosted. He's loving these boosts. He's really using his teammates to find a lot of chances to find openings. It's really paid off the once, though. Deos getting aggressive. He needs to be careful. Pulse might just see him, and he does. The CZ not really great at that range, and he will fall to the AK of Pulse, who easily takes that one away. And now Reason can start their attack in towards the A-bomb side. No one's there. They executes up. Molotov smokes all in the right positions, and now they can just take it, get that bomb planted, and they thought it could be played for the round win.
That was a really weird bounce on that smoke that was deployed from long. It looked like I think it wanted to land at bank, maybe, but it kind of bounced back. Either way, Reason not having any difficulties here. Jenko again showing his good aim with a couple of nice kills. And even though he was taken out of the round by Emilshine, it won't matter. Astro's got the final frag of the round. It's an 8-3 lead for Reason. And I'll give VAC some credit, like you said, for these boosts that they're coming up with on these rounds. I think a lot of times pug teams especially struggle to have kind of plans in these rounds where you only have the pistols. I think you kind of need to do something creative to just try and get a kill, try and get an advantage in the round. So it's cool that VAC have got these ideas, but the gun rounds haven't been good enough from them so far. And in this round, again, not many nades for them. Cape is taking the AWP into mid, but he's flashed away from the angle.
Overall, Reason just have been more solid in a lot of situations, and again, that's going to be expected from an actual team, right? They're putting effort into practice. VAC haven't even played the last two games with the same roster, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Obviously, Emilshine wasn't available last time. Deos boosted up. It might just work for him. There it is. They're loving the boost, and this time it pays off. Stanley picked off man advantage for VAC to play with. And actually quite a bit of control in towards B. 3 players running through the tunnel, and all the way through spawn now is 2 split up. Emilshine decides to go back with Deos. Pulse is the man tasked with holding down the connector, and Cape is the A-bomb side. He's got the op. He'll look back in towards long, but this push is coming up in towards middle and on towards the A-bomb side. Cape is holds on for the first, gets decapitated on the second time of asking, and while Jenko continues to move forward for another kill in the round, luckily, Pulse and Fry can't do anything for the CT side, and it's Jenko looking for the ace.
Wins the first fight against Louty, but does he know where the last man is? Emilshine playing behind the truck. Jenko moves on up. How's he going to clear this, though? He's looking for the angle, but the bomb is out. This is not good. Emilshine closing the distance and denying Jenko the ace clutch. Not much Jenko can do there. If he's not got the read, he's not going to be winning that round against Emilshine, who snuck his way into truck. And good work from VAC overall, getting that B-sided control. And then the A players just about do enough, delaying. They just about do enough on the trades. Ents was sitting all the way back in bank, so he was just waiting for his teammates to arrive before he took the fights. Cape has got a 1-for-1 trade, and that was enough for VAC to get around on the board. And it's back to this boost for Reason.
Let's see if it works this time. Look at that, though. The FAMAS has already pushed all the way through. Well, close by. Emilshine already in towards water. This boost's not really working. I don't think VAC have been playing anybody towards heaven that often. It's been very much a heavy stack inside of the site early on instead. And then they rotate Deos off, and he can play in between heaven and A.
Reason again, off the back of the boost, go over to the B site. This could be a lineup, though. Emilshine goes down. Jenko is playing so well right now. These headshots have been absurd, and they're going to commit to the B play.
by Jenko. Moves forward on towards the side. It ends with a double. Deos with a FAMAS that takes him away, and Jenko hits the deck. Astro and Fry now in a 2v2. Fry starting to make his way back up through short. Astro holding off the monster tunnel. Will eventually make his way on towards the side, and he picks off Deos. Capers sits up inside of Heaven. 42 seconds in play. The scout, not exactly the weapon of choice, especially with no kit. So I think it's only a matter of time before he does fall, Alex, but he'll try anyway, and that's a great headshot. Great initial kill in towards the site. And now Capers hasn't dropped, he's still up there, and Fry's going to swing, does a little bit of damage and decides to fall back. Again, Capers, no kit. Unlikely he wins this if Fry just sits back.
Ooh, kit recovered. That gives Capers a better chance. Fake defuse, and the fight goes the way of Fry. Reason continue to hold on to their lead, continue to extend their lead up to a 9-4 margin now. Good effort from Capers considering the circumstances. He's oftentimes having to rotate down to the B site because I think that the B site has been the biggest problem so far for VAC. They've really struggled to hold on to that in these rounds, even when they have 3 or maybe even 4 players stacked there. Reason have always been able to win the trades. That time, though, it just comes down to Jenko's aim to get away with 3 kills there. He did an unbelievably good job on the entries, and that's why Reason are in that position in the first place. So again, Jenko sets them up. They close out the round. They should be closing out this one as well. They don't win all the early fights.
Stanley has been a little bit quiet and a little bit off at the start of this. Only have 4 kills right now as well. Probably should have won that aim fight. Should have had Ents dead by rights. Dead to rights. But making their way back up towards the site, VAC are going to be sprinting to try and set up for a potential A hit, but Reason haven't committed anywhere. They have no need to, right? They have so much time to play with. They can make a decision once they gather a little bit more info. Fry might just be the man to do that. Ooh, that time is not good for him.
Rotate down from Ents. For what it's worth, Fry on 17 kills, Jenko on 15. They have been the star players for Reason so far. Look at this read from VAC, though. The push coming through. Fry was watching for the flank, but Reason could commit to the B site where there are multiple CTs waiting.
Well, Ents gets 2 great kills at that as well. Jenko and Pulse both hitting the deck into a 2v3, and the CT side hold the advantage. The Deagles and the 1 AK. We'll see if it's enough. 3 already for Ents on 5 HP. He looks to try and be the man to swing around the back of the site. Astro needs to be careful. He's caught in the open. Oh no! Goes for the no-scope, lands it, and spots Immelshine back towards CT. Now he can take a deep breath. Fit plants, not enough time, and he's going to have to commit to the fight now. And well, Immelshine wins the in battle. Astro nearly makes it happen, but it's the pistols again from VAC that get them another round.
A very uncomfortable situation for everyone involved at the end there, with all those missed shots from the Deegs, with Astro having to land a no-scope in the midst of all the chaos. But VAC come away with the round. And again, it comes off the back of information plays more than anything else. And that's, I think, what they've been able to win some rounds with here. Missed Molly from VAC at mid. Not exactly what you want to see at the start of the round. There is a CZ in the hands of Stanley for this last round, and hello, Louty peeks into 3 players and doesn't really react quickly enough to kill any of them.
Well, Reason are going to be running right over towards this B-bomb site, and well, Immelshine is going to love this. He's licking his lips, he's got some kills coming his way. He's got 1, 2, and that's all he'll find, but Ent still backs him up. A 2v2 now as the bomb is recovered, and they're going to run on in towards this B-bomb site. Capers has pushed all the way through the connector, and he is in the back lines of Spawn, but Deos was close to landing the shot. The nade will go over on towards the bomb site. Doesn't really matter at this point. No one takes damage, and Reason can just hide.
Capers is on the flank this entire time, so Deos is just trying to buy time for his teammate to get into position. There is a kit in the hands of Deos as Fry repositions, trying to find an angle. Capers is still searching here, and Astro's in a good angle. Will Capers clear this? The time is ticking. They've got to go. Astro eventually trades, and Deos needs to get on the bomb now. There's no time left. He taps the defuse, but Astro can just wait it out. He's going to get the kill anyway. Reason come away with a 10-5 half. Good stuff for Reason Gaming. They will be pretty happy with how this has gone for them so far. They haven't been tested too much here.
Yeah, this is an impressive showing, I think, from Reason overall. You know, a couple of the rounds being picked up, even from VAC, shouldn't have been lost, right? But for Reason, there was a couple of pistol rounds, a few mistakes here and there, a lot of clutches as well. But VAC, in their own respect, a lot of them rounds have been interesting, and they have got a lot of boosts going on. There's a lot more opportunities for them in terms of some of the clutches they've even lost. But I think that VAC definitely are a team that you can't really expect too much from on a map like Overpass, especially on this T side. I think they're going to be a little bit out of their depth up against Reason coming into this.
Yeah, I think even in that round at the end of the half there, VAC will feel like they could have done more with the B aggression, that they maybe could have won those trades instead of just going even with Emil Shine and Ents. Because if they win those trades, if they really stop Reason in their tracks, that's when they can win the round. But instead, they allow access to the B site, and then the time gets the best of them. But here we go, second half pistol, VAC picking up 5 sets of Kevlar, and this is a round that VAC could really do with winning to try and mount this comeback.
Wojcienko is going to be at the bottom of the stairs. You're running on through. Loudy and Deos able to pick them up. Well, that's a great start for VAC. They need this pistol. Well, they're off to the races, essentially, in this one. Astro's going to look back into the toilets, and Ents and Deos continue to find kills. It's an absolute massacre here on the upper bomb site. Does leave Fry on his own in the world, 1v5, and Louty takes his head off as well. VAC don't lose a single player, and that's not a very in-depth pistol. I mean, it's very simple rush A.
Yeah, just the pace of those first 2 kills puts them in a great position to close out the round from that point onwards. And VAC are not going to be taking any chances. They're not going to be pulling any punches ahead of round 17. They've gone for 4 AKs in this round. I think they're very much aware of the fact that Reason are probably going to be forcing up into this second round. You see a lot of CT4 spies in these second rounds, especially on Overpass, because you have the options for the scouts, like there you saw the peek into mid, but you also have the option for close range angles, like Stanley's taking here with the MP9 or the pistols. So there's lots of options on the CT side of Overpass on these sorts of 4 spies. And Reason have got a bit of a mix of weaponry, but they've already lost that first man. And the second.
Yeah, good start. Astro coming in from long, scout in his hands. Not the weapon you want in this kind of position. He's going to land a shot though. Stanley dropping Louty, Emil Shine getting rid of Astro off towards long with a Mac 10. A little bit of cash being grinded from him. Emil Shine was pretty quiet in his respect on the first half. Didn't really deliver as much as he probably should have.
Ooh, not a bad flashbang. Fry's in a decent position. Not anymore, though. Capers sends him to an early grave. Yeah, Emil Shine was definitely a bit quiet in the first half. I think, to be fair, most of the VAC players, even the ones who got kills, didn't really make any big impact plays that were too memorable. I think Deos is the man that's top fragging for them so far. But it's not like he was winning them rounds single-handedly or was too assertive throughout the half. VAC will be winning this one, though, bringing it back to 10-7. Stanley just looking to save this AK. Like you said, though, Stanley has been pretty quiet throughout this game.
Yeah, 5 kills.
Terrorists win.
1 in this one. Oh,
Ooh.
He almost had the 6th in his grasp, Alex. But 10-7. This is where Reason might just change it up a little bit, you know. Take a little breather, see what Stanley can do with the AK. Into the next round, that's when you really have to lay down the fight again. You can't let VAC just get this momentum. We know they're a crazy team. We've seen earlier, actually, you know, we generally talk about the T side of Overpass being less favored affair. But earlier on, the underdogs in the form of the Pensioners got 10 rounds on the T side, so clearly can poke it out a little bit. Emil Shine's going to take himself a kill onto his teammate. Stanley standing tall with 1, but the rest of the kills keep raining through for VAC as they move their way swiftly into the B-bomb site.
Yeah, bit uncomfortable for VAC, but Stanley's AK only gets the 1 kill, so it's not as bad as it could have been. Astro also out of the equation, and Jenko is going to have to do something ridiculous to win this round, which won't be happening. They were all somewhat low on the VAC side, but the AKs come out on top. VAC take it within 2 rounds, but here comes the buy for Reason Gaming. Stanley, who had some extra cash, drops the AWP over to Astro. The rest of the squad all picking up rifles. Jenko even gets the one defuse kit for the team at the very least, so they can try and keep track of that. And a team flash at the start of the round for VAC. Why not?
Really killed each other in the last round, team flashed each other here. There's not enough of a challenge playing against this reason. Playing on nightmare mode. Dale start clearing the connector up towards the top of the stairs. He'll check his right and no one is there. Instead, a player inside the middle, and that's going to be Astro, who takes the kill on towards Deos and opens things up for Reason. An advantage to play with for the CTs, and they desperately need this win if they want to try and continue this lead.
Jenko could have been caught falling back there, but the timing favors him. And wasn't anyone holding the angle as he repositioned. So Reason hold their clean man advantage. And VAC don't seem to want anything to do with the AWP right now. They're leaning more toward the B side of the map. Emil Shine alongside Capers are just having a look at A, but they're just pushing B. Solo pushing, no nades to speak of. Louty doesn't have the assistance necessary. And VAC are now 2 players down in this round.
And Shine jumps up on top of the flower bed, looking for the jump spot that potentially could come through from the CT side. Does leave Astro inside himself. Jenko off towards Optimus to back him up, and slowly approaching via middle. 20 seconds though, they're going to have to change that slow to a brisk pace at least as they go forward on towards the site. Flashes continue to come through. Reason knows the A-bomb side hit, and it doesn't matter because all the kills keep coming through. Easy clean up for the last 3 kills. Reason go to 11, and that's a flawless round win.
3 flash assists at the end there for Astro, who was mollied off at bank. He couldn't really fight because he was so low on health, so he throws an assistive flashbang. I don't know if it really fully blinded anyone, but it definitely made life uncomfortable for VAC, which you saw come through at the end there. Reason with a very, very convincing round win. And they'll be hoping that really kickstarts this CT side, which didn't start too well for them. They lost the first 3 rounds, but now they're on the board. Now that they've got the guns in their hands, they'll be hoping to keep that up as the jump peaks don't spot Louty, who's moving into position. Again, VAC taking a couple of early fights. And this time they've done a bit of damage across the board onto some of the Reason players. Nothing too significant at the start of this round, though.
Moving through on towards the site. Pulse up towards short with the AK. He's got Louty on the other end of it. Emil Shine through on towards the site. Stanley waiting. It's going to be Fry who takes the kill. Emil Shine with another for the T side. That's 2 picked up for him. A 4v2, and VAC now into a better position. They have to go back and recover the bomb, but they've got plenty of time to take that site. Reason Gaming take a look at their economy and probably realize the best saving this. It's unlikely we win a 2v4 retake. Having barely any control, you don't know how many are close by. So Jenko looks to try and carry an AK over. The AWP is the main weapon you want to have into this next round, and while Deos might just be the pain in the ass that they're not hoping for, because Astro is just there at the bottom of the stairs. Deos might be walking through. Depends what avenue he takes here, because if he walks this way, he'll still find the kill, but Astro might just get a chance to see him. The barrel has been spotted. Astro gets the kill towards Louty. He'll be traded back quickly by Deos.
Pretty good timing on the peak from Louty, because even if he goes down there, he makes sure that he goes down in a position where Deos is close enough to trade, which was important. If he peaks a few seconds earlier, Deos might not be able to get there in time. So well done by VAC at the end of the round to take away the AWP. Again, though, I do feel as though VAC, in these rounds, they're very much relying on solo plays or on contact plays and just timings there in that round. They do get the timing right as they push through Monster. They manage to find the gap. Why has Louty bought a revolver? I don't know, but I'm not going to question it. As I was saying, though, VAC very much relying on those solo plays and contact plays and timings, which are very hard to get consistently throughout the half. So we'll see if they can keep it up. We'll see if they can get a good read onto their opponents as, again, Ents getting aggressive at the start of this round.
Well, Stanley manages the kill on towards Ents. And now a 5v4. A man advantage for a reason to hold on to, but VAC is going to be trying to claw their way back in. I've got Emil Shine just outside of the B-bomb site. Will start to make his way through on his own. This is going to be a little bit risky. Fry, turns away the Molotov, jumps around the corner, and because he had to jump, it offset his crosshair, and Emil Shine will strike for 2. Running right through, Lauti tears a hole in Pulse, and that's how Astro and Jenko left alone. Not only Jenko, and well, VAC are certainly doing this, Alex.
It's just frag after frag. We switched to a different Reason player's POV, and he's losing a fight to an insta-headshot, it feels like. This is when VAC are at their scariest, when they're landing shots like this. The Molotov was really nice as well. A little bit of utility in there for once from the VAC side, which they haven't shown much of so far, but it set up Emil Shine beautifully to get those 2 kills. And who knows, maybe that revolver that Lauti bought is his good luck charm, because gets them this round win. It's 11-10 now, and Reason's money is going to be put into question. Jenko even saving this AK is in question right now because Deos is behind him. Doesn't look like Deos is aware, though. He's not investigating the right positions. So Jenko has just about managed to stay alive, and I think the one spot that goes unchecked pretty much throughout the entire map.
So, Jenko. We know he's such a solid player, Alex. We've already seen it in the first half. We've seen it in the previous matches. We know this guy can hit some shots. And you've got to hope that he can deliver everything in this round now. He's got the AK, the hero, for a reason if they win this. VAC, well, everything they could possibly want. The AWP in the hands of KPIZ, the AKs, Emil Shine even showing up in this half, and he was pretty much AFK in the first. Even though he did win 1-1v1, he was certainly a player that you would hope that you could expect more from. He was lacking last week, and they were lacking a hell of a lot of firepower against Endpoint. But this is a much more impressive performance.
Yeah, he's definitely stepped it up in this second half. Jenko's AK currently stacked in connector alongside his teammate. Meanwhile, VAC are taking control of the B side of the map, so I'm not sure if Jenko's AK is in the right position to really have impact right now. This could work, though.
Little flank from Stanley here might just pay off, but he decides to back off because he hears the footsteps coming from behind. This is going to be huge. Surely they never expect him to be here. He'll let the bomb walk past, immediately goes for the kill. If he had trigger discipline, he might have found 2, but Emil Shine turns back and gets it. He's delayed long enough. Allows Jenko to walk in for 1 kill, but Fry, now the last remaining player with the AK in his hands. Astro is assisting him with a P250 from behind, and Emil Shine is there for the kill. Emil Shine, he has won 1v1s before, but not this time. Astro takes him away, and there it is. It's a team effort across the board. Reason with the pistols. They had 1 AK, and it just was like a hot potato passing from each player. Jenko to Fry, who gets 1 kill, and then Reason find themselves the 12th round.
There we go, a little bit of aggression thrown into the mix, throws the round into disarray, and Reason make the most of that position. VAC were the ones who are on the back foot there. VAC were the ones who didn't look too comfortable with the situation they were put in due to the bit of aggression that Stanley threw into the mix, and Fry gets one through the smoke. Devastating start to the round for Emil Shine, as he loses out without even seeing an opponent, and Deos is getting aggressive. This is the risky play you can see coming in, and it almost pays off for him, but somehow Jenko gets away with winning that fight, despite being in mid-air once he started that duel.
Well, 3 players on the B-bomb site. Lauti starting to come in towards short. Now he's got 1 player in towards his right as Lauti starts to move forward. Stanley is going to be holding on to it with the AK at the ready. His barrel has been spotted. Lauti should be hitting the deck here, and Stanley lets it happen. Kill comes back in. Astro with the pickup. Does leave KPIZ in a very lonesome position now. Rattling the shot away. He at least prevents the clean sheet from Reason. But still 13-10. Now 3 away from victory here on Overpass. Reason Gaming, they're going to try and get it done. We do see what VAC have. It's not a whole lot, Alex. Barely anything. Actually, nothing just yet, but I'm assuming a couple of pistols we've got.
There we go. 5 finally comes through. Deos is fully invested with his money being so bad. Lauti gets a Mac 10 in the mix while the rest of the squad pick up pistols. It's not going to have the highest likelihood of success for VAC, but it's all they've got in this round. Lauti again having a rough game here. He's been the player for VAC, I think, who's struggled most throughout this season. In the first 3 games, he's had negative KDs for this VAC squad. He's plagued again by the same curse in this game. Only 9 kills to his name. And Jenko spots a lot of information early. About 3 players spotted at A long, but he hits the deck.
A nice shot from Emilshine, but it's not long lived for his teammates who try to move through the smoke. Emilshine's like, go on, let me know what's going on there, and then maybe I'll come in a little bit later on in the round, and that's exactly what he will do. A headshot picked up on towards Fry. Now only Emilshine left. It's fine if he's baiting his teammates. If he can pull this off, there's 2 picked up. He'll swing to the left. There's another. Nearly lines them up. Just unfortunate that they were grouped together because Stanley was immediately there for the trade. But that damage again. VAC pull these close every single time. Well, Reason of 14-10 up now. 4 away, 4 into the lead, and only 2 away from victory.
Yeah, no easy rounds here for Reason, really. Which I think is pretty often the case against this VAC squad. Can have players pop off at any moment. Deos stuck with the Deeg in this round, but it is a full investment from VAC with the rest of the players having AKs to work with. Not full nades across the board for them, but VAC haven't been too dependent on the utility to get them looks in these T-side rounds so far. And again, Lauti just takes the solo fight, takes the duel by himself. He ends up winning it. Not enough team play there from Reason as it comes down to the 1v1 battle, and Fry just about holds on to turn it into a 4v4.
Well, VAC slowing the pace down a little bit now. I've got Lauti up in towards short. Capers in the connector, clearing as he goes and gathering a little bit of control, but Emilshine is sneaky beaky like moving in towards the B-bomb site. Pulse has not spotted it, he has not been seen, and Emilshine will find a headshot. Fry able to come in as well with the M4 as Jenko assists in taking down Lauti. Advantage will stay intact here for Reason, and Deos is all the way back near spawn with the bomb. His teammate Capers is just going to try and lock this short play off, trying to sell that they're still approaching B, and the bomb is going to come with him. They have to commit at this point. With 28 seconds, they have to run in towards this B-bomb site. On the barrels, Fry stands, and it's a headshot from Deos that's so required of him, and he will need another. Jenko in the water. Astral hit the shot. Deos hits the deck and the bomb as well. It's only Capers stuck inside of short. 10 seconds, not enough time to get this bomb planted. If he leaves it for a few more, he'll swing into the open and Astral will take him away. 15-10, map point here for Reason. It's been a brawl, a battle between these two teams. And now they might just have met their end.
Yeah, it's another convoluted round on the B-bomb site. It's just battles the entire time. But Reason come away with it this time round. I think as the round went on there, they did a bit of a better job at making sure they had players working together, making sure they had trades available on the Reason side. And as long as you can do that against this VAC squad, normally you're going to be in decent shape. And unfortunately for VAC, their last stand by is not the best. Khalil's across the board, and Jenko is wanting to put them away. He wants to put them to bed early. 2 kills with the AK and connector, and VAC have got to pull out a miracle here to win this one.
Well, Fry is going to move forward, and that's going to give them a little bit of a space to work with. As Lauti, his long push might just work to equalize. Oh my god, I thought he'd whiff, but he has picked up the kills. He goes back in for more. Stanley gets the trade, so neutralizes it back into the advantage here for Reason. Ents back inside the middle. He's going to be making his way towards the bottom of the connector, but Lauti, you called him out for being quiet, but he is loud in this round.
And he's moving in from heaven and clearing out a lot of the bomb site right now, but there's a player pushing into the back line. Stanley's behind them. The smoke is going to cut off his position, though, so Ents can get this bomb down safely, and both Reason players are currently stuck behind this smoke.
Well, not anymore, as Stanley just runs right through with a flashbang from his teammate. Needs to show up here as Astro stuck in towards short. Ents has an angle, and Stanley picked up. There it is. VAC will find 11. It is not over just yet, because we take a look at the money here in Reason. It's in the bin.
Yet again, you can never count VAC out of these rounds. Whenever you feel like they might be down and out, someone can step up. Someone can find a solo play, can find a window of opportunity to get them into the round. This time, Louty coming up with the fight on the A site. Reason had no clue he was there. He gets one freebie, and then he turns it into a round win for his team. And as you suggested, Reason's buy is weak. 2 rifles, or 2 premium rifles, in the hands of Astro and Fry. Pulse also has a scout, which isn't quite as good, but it's capable if he can land some shots. There are some weaknesses, though, in terms of the utility. No defuse kits, and again, VAC just want to take fights. That's all they care about. They're just walking out through Monster, and they got it. The backstab, perfectly timed by Louty.
Louty is definitely showing up in these last 2 rounds. Stanley as well moves forward. Imel Shine gonna fall. Louty able to pick up another headshot. This guy has started to go on fire. VAC need this, and he knows that he has to do a lot to make it happen. Flash up into the air. Pulse blinded as he holds in from heaven. Smoke up in towards heaven itself to cover off his vision as Deos is there. Capers won't get rid of Astro, and now Jenko in towards the water pit. He'll manage one, but Ents runs over the top of him. Pulse in the shot, but Ents cleans it up. Oh wow, this is incredible. Everybody is showing up on VAC.
Yeah, VAC just keep on being able to walk into positions and somehow catch Reason players off guard. This round, they just walk through Monster and find a player unsuspecting of that push. It's obviously unlikely, or at least it's not common for players to just walk through positions like that so early in the round. So maybe that's why Reason don't have eyes on Monster. But you've got to think that Reason might be better off just holding their default spots at this point and just waiting to see if VAC are going to walk into these angles, because they're not normally using nades. So you think the CTs can hold these positions. Not in this round, though, because they've only got pistols. So they're taking a gamble stack on the B bomb site. Wouldn't want to be walking around that corner, Dinko.
No, not at all. Just USPs and a P250 though. So hopefully when they get the notice, the rifle still should be able to clean it up. Imel Shine is going to be the front man. Sniffing out these eco kills. Should be the player that can very comfortably get it under control. Up is there. Imel Shine gets the 2. Fry coming back in with a double on the P250, but the rest is cleaned up relatively easy, relatively smoothly. And it's 13 now for VAC. Now 2 away from victory here, VAC. It's 2 away from, overtime, not victory. It's been a long road back, and even overtime at this point will be a difficult road, but another match point for Reason. They need everything to go their way now at this point.
Yeah, I was wondering what the call would be for Reason here, because their money isn't perfect, but they've gone for this buy. So if they lose this, their buy into the last round won't be great, and they don't have everything here. They don't have the ult for Astro. They're missing some nades. They're missing the kits. They're putting a lot of weight into this round. Let's see if they can come out on top, as Astro is in such a good spot. Never mind. No, he's not. He's dead.
Imel Shine and Astro. Gonna hit the deck. Yes, Imel Shine finds another. Fry is gonna fall. Jenko and Pulse, the last 2 remaining players here at 2v5, and this is so impressive from VAC. You have to remember this first half, when they were starting to look a little rough, I thought Reason Gaming were in such a strong position. VAC have just come in on this T side and look like a completely different team. We haven't seen this VAC in a long time. These players, in the previous seasons, yes, always showed this promise, but in this season, it's been a little bit lackluster, especially in the last match we got the cast. It was a complete turnaround, Alex, in the second half. Oh, Pulse. Thought he might have died there, but then we'll Shine on the hunt. We'll hit the deck, but the rest over towards A.
Yeah, Reason, again, we were saying, though, they put pretty much everything into this round. So maybe if Pulse saves the M4, they've got a bit of a better chance. But even then, their buy is going to be weakened. It'll probably be SMGs and pistols on most players, maybe FAMASs if they're lucky. This is concerning for Reason at this point. Overtime is looking more and more likely, and it just feels like VAC are getting away with early fights at the start of all these rounds, right? Like Astro there was in a position where he's in a good spot. He probably should be winning the fight. And like you said, the individuals are just stepping up for VAC, which we haven't seen enough of throughout this season, but they're definitely showing up here today.
Well, 15-14. Last round of regulation. Was not expecting this kind of performance, I have to say, out of the VAC side, but they have definitely impressed, and it's a welcome surprise, I have to say, because we want to see a competitive match. We want to see them come through, and this is incredible. We've seen them across the board today, Alex. Competitive first map with an upset. Could we see another upset here in the second? I don't even know which one would be more impressive at this point. I think VAC, just based on the work they had to do to get back into this position, I think that's very impressive. So yeah, it'll be hard to call.
Well, here it is. Round number 30 is underway. Pulse saving that one rifle means he can drop one of his teammates. So there are 2 M4s in play for Reason Gaming, both silenced M4s, to try and carry them through to victory. Otherwise, they'll have to play under pressure in overtime. VAC this time not taking as much aggression at the start of the round. They're holding across the map. Deos is making his way up through bathrooms, though, so he's looking for a fight. Reason playing back from the bomb site, though, so there won't be any early battles in this round.
Deos in the toilets, just playing a little bit slow. Smoke goes through the tunnel. Fries is going to be sitting in the corner. Reason Gaming, this is going to be a difficult hold, especially with the weapons that they've got in play, Alex. VAC, all they need to do is one more. All they need is just that one extra round. They've pulled it all the way to this position. And as they set up, they've got those 3 players outside of B. 2 up towards the A bomb site, and Deos taking a little bit of a fight on his own. But there's 35 seconds left. They've run the clock down so low. Eventually, they've got to commit, and it looks like the B bomb site is the site they wish to finish on. Stanley and Fry here on the bomb site. It's only Fry now as Stanley gets dispatched with.
Yeah, that smoke is going to buy time. Fry's got a molly as well. He's got the kill through the smoke. Reason with the man advantage, and VAC just have to commit to the B bomb site. 13 seconds, another kill. Reason, get it done. The cleanup on the B bomb site gives them victory. They were pushed to the limit.